Hello and welcome to another video by myself, Chris, from Sorare on the Budget. In today's video, it's going to be part 3 of my look at the Scottish Premiership, now that we're at the end of the season, and we are going to be looking at the midfielders. So in this one, it's going to cover off the limiteds and the rares. Prices correct as of this afternoon. It may well have changed, obviously, with any transfer news, things like that. But as it stands, this is correct. If you're brand new to the channel and you're enjoying this series of videos, click subscribe below. I have had about 50 new subscribers on the channel in the last 48 hours. It's been great. So if I can keep pushing that on, fantastic. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe below and it'll help grow the channel. If you're brand new to Sorare as well, you can sign up on my link, sorareonthebudget.com, or in the description below, the link will be there as well. That'll get you started with the free players. You can do the drafts, and then from there, when you buy 5 cards from the auctions, you'll get a free limited card. At the moment, it's giving out tier 3 MLS cards. So that's that. Now, I'm going to move on to the first player, and the first player is Blair Spittle of Motherwell. Now, he had a last 15 of 53 and a last 40 of 48. Very consistent player. Likes to get involved and does get a lot of, key passes, that kind of thing. His price on the market, the limited was coming in about £1.80, and his rare card was coming in about 35 quid, which, for what he does is quite cheap. He played 36 of the 38 games in the past season. He had 13 decisives between 6 goals and 7 assists. Generally plays as an attacking midfielder, but also as a wide player as well. So one definitely worth having a look at. 27 years of age, and he's contracted to next June as well. I don't see any chance of him moving clubs. However, his main striker has indeed just moved club, so that might be one you might want to keep a wee eye on with that. The second player, one I've harped on about all season long, former Dundee player, and one that I regret that we let go, Hara from St Mirren. Outstanding season as it went by there. Last 15 of 53, last 40 of 48. Limit price under £1.50 for a card like this, guys. It's if you're going to be playing 240, 220 even, you could slot him in there. He takes the penalties. He had a few goals from those. As I say, limited price about under 150. Rare price coming in, give or take about 30 quid, 31, 32 pounds. Fantastic players. Been playing as a centre mid, sometimes as a defensive one. 35 games out of the last 38 he played. He had 10 goals for the season from centre midfield and 3 assists to go with that as well. So you're looking at 13 decisives. He just signed a new contract in March, and he's now contracted till June 26. Yeah, he has often captained the team, and most likely will now, because the main club captain was Joe Shaughnessy, who's now joined my team, Dundee. So that would give him the opportunity to take the captain's armband, and we all know that picking a captain is one of the safest things that you can really do. So moving on, another player that we have harped on about, Joe Newell of Hibs. Similar reason, he takes a lot of the set pieces, especially corners, things like that. He has a last 15 of 51 and a last 40 of 54. That's solid numbers, really solid numbers. He's contracted till June 25 as well, so he's got 2 years left on his deal. His limited card's coming in about 2 quid, guys. I just think that's ridiculous value. Especially if you're playing this into 240, you're going to pay for it. It's undoubtedly going to pay for itself, barring injury. His rare card's coming in. I think it's actually the most expensive. It is the most expensive of the ones I've got listed here. It's coming in under 50 quid. And I just think that's just such good value for a player like this. 34 games this season out of the 38. 1 goal, 6 assists. Plays as a centre midfielder, but as I say, he does take the set pieces. Just an all-round excellent player. Potential European utility. Hibs do enter the Europa Conference League qualifiers at the second round, I believe it is. So there is an opportunity there that he may well get some European utility there. Moving on to another player that I've harped on about and has been in my gallery. I think he's actually my longest hold now for all my rare cards, and that's Danny Armstrong of Kilmarnock. Again, set pieces, takes a lot of the corners, taking the penalties as well. Now, last 15 of 51, a last 40 of 48. His limited price is coming in under 2 quid again, about £1.70 or so, and his rare price for his recent sales was 0.0175, so that isn't even 30 quid, I don't think. I think it's about 25. Now, 37 of the 38 games he played this season, guys. 17 decisives. 17 decisives. 9 goals and 8 assists, 25 years of age. 17 decisives. That's almost 1 in 2. And for that price, for either the limited or the rares, it's theft. It's absolute theft. It's a card that will barring injury and a huge drop off in form, it's a card that's almost guaranteed to get you, you know, towards the ETH each week in a 240. So I just think it's tremendous value. Another underrated player, Ryan Strain of St Mirren, Australian international. Last 15 of 49, last 40 of 51. Same price on the market for his rare, basically, as what Danny Armstrong was, 0.017. Limited, 0.0008, so that's about £1.20. He's often actually played more as a right wing back, slightly into right midfield. They tend to play a back, you know, 3 central defenders and then the wing backs. So he does get forward quite a lot. For the season, played 36 of 38 games, 9 decisives, 4 goals, 5 assists, and a June 24 contract. So he's contracted next summer. I do feel eventually some clubs will come knocking for him, especially with, you know, his international recognition now with Australia there as well. So I do feel like that's probably one that's going to be worth having a look at there. Finally, we have got Dre Wright of St Johnstone. Now, another player who did get quite involved, especially in the latter part of the season. Last 15 of 49, last 40 of 45. Limited cards coming in about 70 pence just now, and his rares coming in about 15 quid. Again, it's just really good value. He played every single game of the season, 38 out of 38. 7 goals, 1 assist, and played primarily as a right midfielder. June 24 contract as well, and only 28 years of age. So that's, you know, it's a really solid card. I think the value in midfielders in Scotland is outstanding. And to that effect, I've actually got 4 more that I've put in my others to watch section. Now, the reason I put these in here is either price or contract, or maybe potential transfer moves. The first one was Jan Danda of Ross County. Now, obviously, they stayed up through the playoffs, as I mentioned in the previous videos. He signed from Swansea, was previously in the Liverpool Academy. A last 15 of 56 and a last 40 of 47. Actually, I think that's actually a last 5. Sorry, my apologies. It's actually a last 5 and a last 15, I believe. Regardless, he's a player that I should have included in the video had it not been for the fact that I just wonder if he's going to move on. And you wonder where that'll be. Would it be Championship in England, or could it potentially be League One in England? So I've left that one as a ones to watch. That's what it to kind of take a deeper look into him and have a look and see what you think. And if you're willing to spend, I don't think he was particularly expensive. So there's that one there. Sean Goss, another player that we harped on about, myself and Russ Scotland Sorare. We did harp on about his value, and especially after the manager change, he really picked up his game. And I just feel that that is one that could definitely have value. However, he is out of contract at Motherwell, and there has been no announcement as of yet for a new deal. I've just checked Jan Dan that it was actually a last 15 of 56. I was right. That's what I actually wrote down. And a last 40 of 47. So it's a very, very solid price. And his recent prices for his actual sales has been under 30 quid, 27, 27 and 23. So there you go. Sean Goss's last averages, last 15 of 56, last 40 of 52, super consistent. But again, that contract situation is why I've left him out. And then I went for 2 from the old firm. Nicholas Raskin from Rangers. He has cards from his Belgian days, and a very solid card. Last 15 of 49, last 40 of 51. Should do pretty well in the Rangers midfield moving forward. And I've left it, he was left out purely on price basis. I think he was sitting something like 0.07 or something to that effect on the market, certainly. And the final one was Callum McGregor. Now, he has been selling at about 200 quid. So it's a very expensive card. But when you see numbers of a last 15 of 57 and a last 40 of 58, super, scores and utility and value. Now you're looking at, as I say, about 200 quid, but you've got European football, international football, club football, captain. Very rarely does he not play. So it's super value, but it's expensive to go with that. So that was the reason I left him out, but undoubtedly probably the best midfielder in Scotland. So with that, guys, that is today's video. I hope you enjoyed that one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt like yesterday's defenders video was probably the weakest of the bunch. I feel like the goalkeepers has really good value, midfielders has exceptional value, and the forwards have got good to excellent value in there as well. So the forwards video will be Wednesday, which will be tomorrow's video. And with that, guys, thank you very much to everybody that subscribed. Any new other ideas for future series of videos, I'm more than happy to look into doing whatever I can to try and get the content going again. Drop me a DM, Sorare on the Budget, on Twitter, or you can leave it in the comments below and I'll take a look at that. Again, if you're brand new to Sorare and you want to give it a go based on the prices on these videos, because it's just showing you can get involved very, very cheaply just now, SorareOnTheBudget.com, and that'll take you through the sign up process. Okay then, guys, thank you very much for your time. I will speak to you all again tomorrow.